What's up? It's your boy T'Challa here with a Division video. We're about to get going. I'm so excited because this is my first video and I should have been done Division videos for the channel. But we're gonna showcase a build that I love to do, which is support build for Countdown. And this build is a status effect build. So let's get right to it. After the gameplay, it's gonna be short. After the gameplay, we're gonna get right into the build and I'll break everything down. Again, these are all templates for you and you have to be conscious of your shade level. I'm shade level 1233, 1233. All right, let's get right into the video.
Lockdown safety protocol initiated.
Alright guys, we're back. So let's look at the build. So we'll start with our specialist. We're running a survivalist. As you can see, I didn't get everything unlocked yet, but we're running with this for the simple fact we want that 10%. Just went brain dead for a second, but we want that 10% from protection from elites, because this is a build for support. This is not a DPS build. This is not to be out there blasting and Rambo and everything in sight. So this is a fun build I like to run. As you see, you know, you just set them on fire, shock them. It helps out all the other players that are running DPS, so we could just lay into them. Now we're starting with first weapon, running the Pyromaniac. Now again, this thing is proficient, but the damage could be a little bit higher if I make it if I expertise it. I haven't done that yet because I need materials, but it's what we're running. Assault rifle damage, health damage, and damage to target out of cover. Second weapon, of course, your favorite, the Scorpio. As you see, we have that expertise level 7. When shotgun damage to armor, crit damage. Everybody knows what the Scorpio does. It's one of my favorite weapons in this entire game. Now we're running the orbit for just in case, which we don't really use too much, but just in case, to get that extra, what is it, 40 or 45%? Yeah, the extra 40 crit hit damage and 35 crit hit chance upon swapping this weapon after killing someone for 15 seconds. You get that buff. We're running the Val Mask to help with the status effect. You know, apply that damage over time debuff. Total damage is dealt equal to 50% of your concussion grenade damage and increased by your status effect attributes. So the more status effect you have, plus whatever the damage is, it does 50% of your grenade, plus the amount of status effect you have, which we have a lot, pretty much on every gear piece, I believe, except the Picaro's holster. Now we're running the Eclipse Protocol 4-piece. You get the 2-piece status effect, 3-piece skill haste, and hazard protection, and then 4-piece indirect transmission. Your status effect now spreads on kill to all enemies within 10 meters and refreshes 50% of the duration. So once you kill someone, it then spreads to the enemy within 10 meters and it refreshes the duration for 50%. So that's awesome because you keep them on status effect. We're running, of course, skill tier status effect with 10.8 skill haste. What's that? Proliferation increases indirect transmission range from 10 meters to 15 meters and refreshes refresh percentage from 50% to 75%. So back to that 4-piece indirect transmission. Now it affects on 15 meters. Once you kill someone, it then affects, once you kill them, it affects the next person within 15 meters. And the refresh rate on the status effect, which you can say it restarts the status effect on the person once they die to the next enemy, is at 75% rate, which is even better. So that's the chest piece. The backpack and the chest piece on these gear sets always go together. So again, you run Symptom Aggravator, amplifies all damage you deal to status affected targets by 30%. So now that weapon damage we would get for a status affected enemy is now 30% weapon damage. So you see, it all works out just a little bit because this build is not, again, for DPS. It's just for status effect, and I like to run it for support. That's why I like using it in countdown, especially at the end. Then you get, I got the gloves, Eclipse Protocol, same thing, skill tier, status effect, nothing special. Same thing with the knee pads, skill tier, status effect. I'm running the Picaro's holster. We got armor, crit chance, and weapon damage. and then you get that 10% skill haste. So this is why, if you saw or noticed, whenever I would kill my shock trap, it would literally come back in 1 second. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but if you didn't, you can easily rewind this video and go back, and you'll see when I kill it in certain areas, it would then go ahead and spawn in at 1 second. So that skill haste is very helpful. You can run shock trap, you can run whichever one, but of course we got 5 skill tiers instead of 6, for the simple fact is I used, instead of using technician, which would have gave me that skill tier, I used the survivalist, for the simple fact I needed that, or wanted that 10% protection from elites. Now if I would have had I do have some gear mods for protection from elites, but I wanted that skill haste because my shock trap was taking too long, so I switched it from protection from elite to skill haste. As you can see or saw in the video, that you just run support. When you know it's safe to go out there and like start status affecting them, then you do so. If not, hey man, you might wind up on the ground. Somebody got to keep picking you up. So I'm trying to have all that on my back. But yes, I'm running the chem launcher with the flame because I just love burning these fools, especially when you kill them. That status effect is one status effect besides shocking that I love, because it makes the enemy stop shooting you for a second, just for a second. Sometimes the elites, they kind of eat through that junk and they'll just still shoot you for a minute, for 2 to 3 seconds, and then they start feeling the status effect. But running the chem launcher, I do have another Protocol holster. I just want to say that I do have a skill tier on, but I wanted a little bit of armor, so that's why I'm running it like this. Again, this is just a template for you guys. You can run it. It's just to show, like, look, this is here to have fun. It's a countdown build that you can use to have fun. So that's all I got for you guys, and I will catch you guys in the next video with another countdown build that I've run for support. The next one is going to be for survivability and DPS. That's one of my favorites. It's the point man build. That's what I call that one. And I don't know what I'm going to call this one yet, but it's a status effect build. I love it. Catch you guys in the next one. T'Challa out.